Facebook, YouTube. As you can see, you'll probably see another video where I have the same shirt on. Reason being, we recorded 2 videos on this day because it was just, we had a lot of time. So now that that's out the way, today we'll be talking about me and Tia going through marriage counseling. Yeah, now a lot of you probably are thinking, what?
Oh my gosh, what's going on?
Divorce is on the horizon. No. It's nothing like that. We decided to go through counseling because there are some things that we need to improve on, and also some things that we need to learn. We're very young, and we have our whole lives ahead of us. So it wasn't out of fear going to a marriage counselor. It was because we wanted to gain more wisdom.
Yeah.
And as you guys know by now, we're an honest couple. We put everything on Facebook, YouTube. That is our ministry. Our lives is our ministry, and we're just hoping that it reaches you by what we say and how we're being honest.
So we started counseling on yesterday. Yesterday was our first session, and the counselor that we're working with, she's really awesome. She's actually she's counseled over 1,000 couples at this point, so we trust her and we think that we're just gonna learn a lot during this process and be better. And then honestly, one thing that she said yesterday that stuck out to me was she used to counsel patients going through divorce, or not patients, excuse me, couples that were going through a divorce or trying to co-parent. But instead, she said she wanted to take a more preventative approach and work with couples who are in the beginning stages, or to work with couples before it actually gets to that point. So like he said, that's why we're doing it. There's things that we need to learn, and we need it from an outside opinion, somebody who's unbiased, somebody who is a professional in that area. And we're looking forward to learning some new things. And your marriage is never perfect, so there's always room to grow.
Right. And this actually brings up the second thing we wanted to cover, but some of you are probably thinking, well, what are we learning from this? We're learning a lot. Even with the one session we had yesterday, so much was revealed. And one of the things is, I think this is important that I verbalize this, but one of the things was, with my wife, there are some things that she's facing from generations ago, if that makes sense. And it relates to what we hear. This is our church in the background. What we hear in these walls. You go through generational curses, and it causes some pains that are indescribable. And to hear the counselor say somewhat the same thing, it almost knocked us off our feet. We're saying, what? You sound just like our pastor. But it helped us realize, in that moment, it helped us realize how important it is for healing and restoration to take place.
Yeah.
We are all broken. We all have flaws, and we need help.
Yeah.
To put it straight, we need help.
So to be a little more transparent with you guys, the main thing that I'm dealing with, and this is just me personally, not even us as a couple is a whole nother story, but she wants to work with us individually as well. And one thing that I know that I definitely need healing with is the fact that my mom wasn't around when I was a kid, or actually she was never around, even till this day. And there were other people who were supposed to take on that role because my mom wasn't there, and those people did not do that either. So for me, there's just a lot of feelings of rejection, feelings of abandonment. Even the counselor pointed out, she said, you really didn't have anybody to teach you how to be a woman. And she asked me, she said, so who taught you how to be a woman, or a little girl, and to grow into a woman? And I said, or we both said, actually, I did. So those things I had to learn on my own. And we don't really realize how your childhood affects you until all these things are thrown in your face, and you don't know why I feel like this, or why I act like this, or why I do things this way, or why I communicate like this. So that's something that we're really gonna dig deep with, for me at least personally. And then things that we're gonna work on together, because our personal lives affect our marriage.
Very true.
So
very true.
Whether you want to admit it or not. And for another thing that we talked about yesterday was why did all these feelings come about for me all of a sudden? Why didn't I deal with these things while I was a child? Why is it just hitting me now that I'm an adult? And she said, when you enter a relationship with somebody that you truly trust, and you know that person has your back no matter what, and you know that person loves you and cares about you and has your best interests at heart, then these emotions come up because you're safe. So that's why all these things are coming up now. And it's like, man, we're married, we're supposed to be living our best lives, but now we have to deal with all these issues. But she said that's because deep down, I trust him, and I know that if I reveal myself to him fully, that he's not just gonna up and leave or judge me or criticize me and things like that. So we're excited. I'm excited.
Yeah, we are excited. And we don't want this video to scare you guys away from marriage if some of you are single and still trying to find your soulmate. But this is what comes with the territory with marriage. I have things I need to improve on, and so does she. But that's the beauty of the marriage. You guys help each other. You just help each other along the years. And what I also wanted to say is, if you are struggling with something, then address that issue.
Yeah.
Do not be stagnant about it, or just think nobody needs to know about this. Like I just said earlier, we are all broken, we all have flaws, and there is help out there for us through God, through counselors, through doctors or other resources of help. But don't be afraid to put it out there.
Yeah.
Or feel embarrassed about what
Ain't
you're
nothing
facing.
wrong with going to see a counselor.
Right.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
That's
if
why
you gotta get on medication, you do that. Ain't nothing wrong with that either.
Right, and that's why we're up here saying this publicly. But
yeah.
The third thing is, I think we wanted to address was, is it right for other couples
Yeah.
to do it?
Yeah.
And I just answered that, but it's needed. So if you're married 5 years, 45 years, you still facing things, go get help. Please get help. Do not let the marriage
continue on. Even if you feel like things are all good.
Right.
Like I said, there's always room for improvement. And,
Right.
if you're going to be with this person for the rest of your lives, why not improve? Why not make it the best?
And I'm trying to say this in a pretty way, but with divorce, with separation, we all know how God feels about that. He doesn't like it, doesn't approve of it. But with that, I think he doesn't approve of that because it just causes the deepest hurt. And then, for example, we have our children to think about now. If divorce ever,
Yeah.
You don't want them to deal with those things, or the mother's here and the father's here,
Yeah.
and or where they moved on and the mother moved on. You just don't want those things in the family. It can bring a lot of hurt. So that's something to consider too. If you're dealing with these difficulties in the marriage, that's okay, babe. We're going to get counseling.
Yeah.
There is help. It's not impossible. We can overcome this. It's not insurmountable. We are okay. We are okay. So
I guess that's for anybody. If you've been considering going to talk to somebody or looking into counseling, then this is your confirmation. Go do that, and God will bless you for it. He sees that you're trying to make your marriage the best,
Right.
and He'll take you guys along the ride in a pleasant way.
right. And maybe we'll keep you posted with some of the counseling sessions. We might even have a video of us if she allows that. Sweet lady. If she allows
During
that.
the session?
Yeah, during the session.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, just sit in. Who cares? I mean, we're not ashamed of what we're going through or what we're dealing with, because in our experience, it will help somebody else progress. So is that it? Also, the one holding the camera for us is our youth minister, George Scott.
Yes.
And I will say, there will be a video with me interviewing him or Tia interviewing him.
Yes.
He is a preacher. You can't hear him right now. I wish you could hear him. But he is a preacher. And I'm excited about that day. So stay tuned.
Yes. That's it. Well, we love you guys. We thank you for
Yes.
tuning in. Please comment, share if you have any experience with marriage counseling or counseling in general. Please feel free to share.
And
We're open. We want you guys to be open as well.
Yes, and your prayers and support is much needed. Please just don't watch the videos and kind of take note and run. We need your prayers, because the enemy will try to stop this ministry. We're not going to allow it. We have you guys backing us up, and thanks so much for the help and support.
Hey, kingdom men should be the heroes of the house. The first to say, there ain't no evil in my house. See, as for me and mine, we gon' serve the Lord. Hey, as for me and mine, we trust in His word. They say, where did all the good man go? But through Jesus Christ, that's how a good man grow.